everybody, and welcome to Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars. I am Johnny Blender, and I'd like to thank you for watching us tonight on Facebook, YouTube, the Edge Radio, listening to the Edge Radio US, and also tonight we are broadcasting on Twitch. This is the first time that we've been on Twitch. So we're doing kind of a filling it out to see how it works and what we're doing and learning a little bit about what Twitch is and how it works. So bear with us a little bit tonight. We're gonna try that out and see how it goes. A little cold drink there to start the night off with. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I've got a few things on here that I just need to make sure that are up and running. So let me get that going. All right. I think I got everything going. There's Mr. Glenn. Hey, Glenn, how you doing this evening? There we go. I got this things going on now. I think I got this working right. All right. I've been doing this show for 7 years, and in all that time, I have maintained a stance of no religion, no politics. And I got to tell you, it gets harder and harder every day when I see all the stuff that's going on in the USA. So, you know, it's exhausting, everything that's going on with our country. It's terrible. Let's see. Oh, there's Lynn. So when I started doing this show, it was to talk about and promote race events, swap meets, car shows, charity events, endorse products and companies that I had relationships with and products that I use and believe in. I like to make a few jokes. I like to smoke a few cigars. I like to drink a little when I'm doing the show. And, you know, I've tried to keep this as easygoing and carefree as I could while trying to, promote our sponsors and people that work with the show and things like that. This show is and the radio show operation costs are in the thousands of dollars a year. And we have sponsors that help take care of that and help us through advertising their businesses. I'm sorry, I've got another computer over here that I'm trying to use, and I'm using my left hand on it, and I am not left-handed. So my things I'm trying to do with this computer with my mouse and everything aren't working right because I'm used to doing it with the other hand. All right, where was that? All right, well, and I totally lost my spot. So I'm just going to go. Hey, hey, Dave, how you doing tonight? Jim Cummins, hey, buddy, how you doing tonight? I'm trying to learn some of this new software and play with this a little bit. I know that we were talking about I was going to be switching over to another program called Streamlabs. And get away from StreamYard. But with everything and the complications and the problems that I've had between those two programs, I think I'm going to stay with StreamYard just simply because Streamlabs is just too complicated. StreamYard, I can go anywhere, any place, anytime broadcast. It's all web-based. Streamlabs has you have to have a Windows or Mac operating system, which I'm firmly against. And it's just got a whole lot of weird stuff with it. It's a good program, and I'm sure if it's something that I really wanted to take a lot of time and try to figure out, I could do it. But it's just for what I want to do and how I like doing the show. It doesn't work for me. So I know JD with Sherv Media Products Production, that is one of our strategic partners with the show, really likes it. And I may in time, But over the last few weeks, we've had really, really hot weather. We've had a lot of equipment meltdowns, I guess you would say, in the shop. The workload has been just really sporadic. So, it's hard to get a lot of work done when you're sweating your ass off. So it's just been, it was another thing that I didn't want to have to sit down and try to figure out and have the time to figure it out right now. So that I'm not saying that I won't, but I'm just saying right now I'm staying where I am here with StreamYard. It's easy to operate. People, I got to see Jim Cummins is waiting in the green room right now. But it's easy to operate. It's easier for me to get guests on. It's easy for the guests to navigate because there's really the only thing they have to do is click a link and they're gone. Which while I'm saying that, let me get Uncle Jim on here. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Hey, John, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you this evening?
Good. We're roasting up here, but all good, man.
Oh yeah, man. Let me get this. Turn my volume up a little bit. There we go. Can you hear me?
Gotcha.
All right. So I've got a banner up for. Let's see. Let me get this banner up for your Island Dragway event coming up the 6th.
Yes, August 6th. It's their anniversary. The 63rd anniversary Island Dragway, which is now the only drag strip in New Jersey, unfortunately.
Right.
Atco got sold, and there's a lot of unanswered questions on that, but so be it.
Right.
It's unfortunate it's the way a lot of drag strips are going, and that's not good either.
Well, one of the things I'm glad you brought that up because that's something I want to talk about a little bit because I've had some issues with that, and I've got a lot of knowledge and a lot of people with drag strips that I talk to and work with and things like that. And, a lot of drag strip are closed and people are making all the things about I'm going to leave that up for Island. We'll get back and talk with it in just a minute, but we're getting all this stuff on all these drag strips closing and everything. And, a lot of these are self-inflicted wounds.
Yes. Some, a big percentages are. Some are also being legislated, like Bradenton almost got off, unfortunately, and everybody came to an agreement, which is great. And, they just bought that place and put a ton of money in there.
Right.
And, you're right, and a lot of getting resurrected as well and pulled up from the grave, like Island, because Melissa and Carl Milano, God bless them, man. They brought that up and they got it rocking and rolling, and they're doing a great job with the track.
Right. And but that it's one of the things that as you look, it's frustrating for me to somebody who likes to promote and work events. And get information out on events and things like that to see that some of the stuff that the tracks, I'm trying not to point fingers or make anything sound like I know everything because I don't. But a lot of this, when I say it's self-inflicted wounds, is 80% of the drag strips that are sold or bought are really lease purchased from somebody else who owns it, with the intent of renting it to somebody who they're going to get tired of it in a couple of years and fail.
Right. Well,
and with that being said, if you're subleasing a track, you can't get insurance for it as the first the A spot. So you have to get your insurance from the person that you're leasing the track from.
Right.
So they're going to double the price of that. So if it's $10,000 a year, they're going to charge you $20,000 a year. And you're a lot of these tracks they've set themselves up for failure, and then they find themselves having to run 4 or 5 nights a week to try to pay the bills. But the thing about it is, they're running 4 or 5 nights a week, and all they're doing is creating more bills.
Right, they're churning money, basically.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that I would rather see more or less tracks doing really good events instead of 50 tracks trying to run 4 nights a week with just garbage events every week.
And on that note, and Island in itself too, because it was a big bracket track, and she still does bracket racing, but she does a lot of events as well where, they picked out a good business plan, basically, and Halsey down in Cecil County, he wasn't doing bracket racing a while back because he realized the shows are what pays the bills.
Right.
They're making money. They're doing events and stuff. He's going to be hosting Yellow Bullet coming up too.
Right.
So which is an off the hook show.
Right.
Melissa does a lot of shows. They do a great job up there, and you hope the weather, cooperates too.
Right.
It's a hard thing on there. And, Island, it's, I raced back there in 80 with my first dragster a bunch of years ago. Went my fastest there, but they did a great job. They had some issues they overcome. They put a lot of money into it, and did it all everything in the right way. And it's a great track. We wish we can get. I'm sure Melissa and Carl said they can get another acre or so at the end of the track so that we can run faster. So
right.
And
I'm gonna put the banner back up here for this Jim, and let's talk about that a little. You can see, I can see you, and I can see the banner, so that's all I need to see. Let me put my glasses on. I can see all of it.
My face that better too. Yeah.
All right, so this is Island Dragway 63rd anniversary funny car throwdown, supercharged funny cars plus extreme alters and blown front engine dragsters. That's going to be with the East Coast Fuelers Sunday, August 6th.
Yep. It's a great event. They got a whole bunch of stuff going on. On top of that, Chris Mazzarella called me up and he invited me, and he's a funny car guy. He runs, him and his wife run Temporary Insanity and Total Insanity. So he kind of helps organize a lot of the funny car events around. And he's got a busy season this year. But, and he put Melissa, and we were there. And it's a track that I've always loved to. We all love to run there. When we do, we haven't had that much. But we're going to have 6 teams there. We're going to have we got a badass blown A-comp car, bunch of other guys. They're all good running strong cars.
Right.
The funny cars, I think they have about 16 or 17 funny cars or more. I didn't get a number from Chris, but it's going to be one of the bigger funny car events on the East Coast outside of Funny Car Chaos. Which is going to be down, in another couple of weeks as well.
Right. I'm looking on this flyer. I'm having a hard time seeing it. Oh, I swapped us.
That didn't help.
Yeah.
You got the back of my head.
Yeah, man. So I'm looking at. I just can't see the times and cost, Jim.
It's I think it's $20 or $30 a thing. I don't have it up on my screen, but I'll take a look. But she has a carload thing. They tailgate in certain spots, which is neat on there. This place is going to be off the hook. It come on this track. It's one of their premier events.
Who all do you have coming from the East Coast Fuelers? Bruce going to be there?
No. Bruce just got done doing a knee surgery, and he's back all going on there. I have myself, Don Landis with the Lucky Dog Bar and Grill sponsored. Who else? Eddie Bliss, River Rat. Sammy Dager, Mad Russian, out of New England. Myself, and one other. Bill Kraus, who's got the A-Comp Coupe, which is Kraus Brothers out of Long Island. He's down out of Maryland, Dad. So we got a good show. We got 6 cars. We're all decent 7s, 6s, and stuff like that. So it's going to be a great show for us.
Right. I had Ryan on the show a couple of weeks ago and talked to him a little bit. I think he said he's still working bugs out on his car.
Yeah, he's always he's interesting. He's a great kid, we were running down that 710 drag strip, and he did some stuff, and he does some charity things, which is great as well. And we all do that too whenever we
Right.
can. The vets, veterans, and all of that stuff. Alky Diggers is stepping up to the plate and sponsoring us for this particular event. Melissa, which is Island, is actually stepping up as well too. So it's actually a really good. It's nice to see that, and I appreciate Melissa and Carl doing that as well too. So.
And that's good. And like you said, Mike with Alky Diggers gets in there and helps y'all and has stood by the East Coast Fuelers for a couple of years now, huh?
Oh, since I created the group, he's been behind me all along because we both get and understand marketing and sponsorship and how it's cooperative, and you need an ROI on that.
Right.
And, whether it's between business, marketing, because we become marketing partners with whoever we sponsor with or whoever we run with too. So that's kind of how to roll with it. And he's been great with us, and the girls down there, they're great people, and he's rocking. So
I'm telling you. What else after Island? What do you have? Lebanon?
We have. After this, we're going to be running Funny Car Chaos. We're going to have.
That's at Rockingham.
Yeah, and that's at MIR, which is on the 26th of August, that weekend. Jagger Naves called and said, we kind of came to an agreement with that. And then after that is the Dover reunion up at Lebanon Valley. That's the 22nd and 23rd, or 23rd and 24th of September. Yeah. We'll have 8 cars up there. We'll have a bunch. And then after that, our last race is at Rockingham on November 18th, I believe. And that's the Mopars at Rockingham.
That's the it's a Mopar race. I can't remember what they call it, but they've got it. I thought
I know. I'm drawing a blank here too. So, but it's that'll be a good show,
Yeah, I think so too. Rockingham is a really, really nice track,
and he's put money. Speaking of someone that is putting money into a track and doing that, and that's exactly it. It's like you said, it's hard when you lease a track.
It is because you're not getting a fair shake because the people who are leasing it to you know that you go get frustrated, tired, you're gonna have to be. That's why they've leased it, because they've already made all the errors, got tired, got wore out, and we'll get it back in a year or two.
So, or some guys just own the property and they bought it, they inherited it, or what have you as well. And if you buy a track, you still got a nut to crack too. I mean,
that's right.
The business formula is not great unless you bought it a bunch of years ago. And as progress and places grow around it and developments as well. And that's it's interesting. The southern tracks are pretty cool because like we did the 710 track. That was neat because there was nothing else to do on a Saturday night, so the place was slammed.
Right. And that's good. And that's what, when you talk about turning money, when they're running 3, 4, 5 nights a week, so they can they see immediate money, but they've still got to have security. They still got to have safety. They still got to have all that there on those nights.
Exactly. You got to have the safety net, because you know what? You got a couple of washouts or storm damage. It seems what I'm finding out, like Paul Salvatore out of Wilkesboro, those signs keep getting hit by lightning. I mean, the only thing he hasn't done is tied a kite to it and fly over in the thunderstorm.
Yeah.
And things get hit, They're out in the open, and the towers and everything else are the tallest piece. And they're metal and have electricity in them. That's
it. So, it's one of those things. Yeah, I was seeing, and I don't remember who the track, somebody put a thing up about a track this week. One day this week, I was reading it, and I think it was a guy and his wife were the track owners. And, they're doing a lot to try to keep things going. But, when I saw that and they were asking, please come to our track. And I do that, and I'll find out who they were and contact them, because those are the people I like to help. I will start help promoting their events. But that's just the one thing is, man, they just start a lot of these tracks and they don't realize by doing more and more events, instead of doing quality events, they're doing more and more events, and their expenses just keep going up.
And I learned that a lot in negotiating some of our events and everything else with a bunch of tracks on that. And, it's interesting on the other side too, because like you see what happened to the track in Florida where the auto auction guys are buying them up like crazy. Just a quick, I spoke to Mike at Beaver Springs, and he said as he was buying it, from what I understand, and this is Mike told me, but I may be a little vague on the details, but he didn't even close on it, and they were calling up and said, "We'll buy it."
Yeah.
Here's the details on Island. It's spectators are $25, tailgate parking is $10 additional per car, kids 10, 14 at $10, 6 to 10 is $5 years and under free, obviously, and they have a show car as well, and that's $5 additional for the specs. So race cars is $60, admission on a pit size $30, and carload 3+ adults is $25 per person. So it becomes a little better.
Right.
So they got.
Are they going to be doing a car show or a swap meet or anything there?
They'll do a car show. They'll do a whole bunch of stuff. This will be more so a car show on that, and it's usually as you first roll in at the gates. They'll have a nice car show as well, and they get a good crowd, and they got burgers and they got dogs and everything else there. So you know what? I always buy my fuel from the track, and I'll buy. And I'll buy a dog. We'll get a track dog. You can't be a track dog.
Burgers, man. Track burgers are the thing. Those things kill me, man. That's what I love.
Yeah, you know what? But that's good. And you get Melissa and Carl. They got that stuff straightened out. They got a whole thing straight. And they're doing great. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Be sure and put them in touch with me, or send me their information so I can get in touch with them to help them promote their events that are going on the rest of the time as well.
Absolutely.
And then Denny, I tried to get Denny back on the show after the race for the house a few weeks ago, and I think he was on vacation. And I think it was a week or two after he was on vacation or out of town or something. And I've been wanting him to get back. I'll come back on the show and find out how the event did.
Yeah, exactly. And thank you for helping that as well. That's
huge. Man, I love that. Anytime there's anything like that, I'm here to help. I want to do that.
What else? That's it. Again, Mike Alcadager's Competition Products is helping us as well. We're working on others. Johnny Basic, we're talking to, and I put him in touch with someone else. This is how I would be selfish and say, John, let's do something, which I still want to do.
Right.
But at the same time, our race up at Dover, I think it's got some good exposure for him.
Right.
In a whole. And I said, John, go talk to Dino that's running that event. And he also helps with Lebanon Valley. He does all the artwork and the signs and everything else. So I know my car's on one of their signs. It'll be there for 2 years. Right. So, I feel like a celebrity now. Maybe my price just went up.
That's it.
So, that's how you roll. And we partner with everybody that helps us out. That's
right. And that's how it's supposed. That's the best way to do things.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we've done here on the show as well.
That's what Paul and Cindy at Wilkesboro, same thing. And they go, you share everything, how much it gets out there and how much it opens up, just like talking with you, which I appreciate as well.
Right.
You guys rock. So.
Oh, you're my buddy, man.
Yeah. Charlie said hello. I don't know if he's around. I talked to him earlier today. So.
Charlie, man, I saw that. I guess it was Raffaella put up something yesterday about, or maybe it was the day. It was yesterday or today. I don't know. I think they were doing cucumbers or pickling cucumbers or something. I thought a refrigerator cucumbers or something. Yeah, I told my wife, well, look what you're doing. You got to do some of these.
Yeah, there you go.
So they're always, I know they got their market up there, and they're always doing things with that.
They're great people, man. I can't wait to see them.
Waiting on some more of those apple cider donuts.
Ooh.
Those things are awesome.
I
love them.
You eat one, you taste it all day. It's like, but they're great.
Oh, they sent me a big box of them, and I went through them pretty strong the first day, and then the next day I rationed them. It was like I got 1.5 a day, and after that, and Lynn got the half.
After you ate 3/4 of the first.
That's it. So I had to ration them and make them last for a while.
And they're great microwave because they're just a little bit.
Yeah. They were good just sitting them on top of the stove and let them just kind of perfect. So, all right. Well, we will get back with you and bring you back on. I'll talk about the show. I'll have better information next week. Yes. On my side, on the banners and everything that I can see, and I'll go over the readout of that. And we'll talk about that.
And I'll get a hold of Carl and Alyssa, see if they want to come on. I'll get them in touch with you. And the same as Paul at Wilkes-Barre, he's doing a whole bunch of stuff. He's got another motorcycle, the race that we did in North Carolina. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. It's the same week as Chaos. So
right.
But that's going to be that's an off the hook show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's is that the Harley show?
Yeah, that's the All Harley World Shootout or something. It's some serious stuff, man.
Yeah, that's good. That'll be really, really nice. Cool. All right, man. Well,
brother.
Next time you got something you need me to talk about, let me know. Shoot me a flyer so I can
and everybody bring a friend. Go to the track, bring friends.
That's it. You always got to take a friend, man. And I really like the carload stuff. That makes it good for the military guys who can get over there to the event and things like that. So it just makes everything better.
Yep. Thanks, brother.
All right, brother. I appreciate it. Talk to you later, man.
Bye.
Be good. Let me see if I can turn this. Oh, there we go. I love that guy. Jim Cummins is a great guy. The East Coast Fuelers are a great group. I really want to start doing more with them, and hopefully as our schedule frees up a little bit down here, hopefully we can start doing a little bit more with them. Let me check up a couple of these things. Hey, all right, let me check up a couple of these things real quick. Chester Taylor. Hey, buddy, how you doing, Chester? Hey, while I got you right there, let me jump over here and pull up your flyer real quick to give everybody a reminder about Chester Taylor's event at Holiday Raceway, Saturday, August 12th. The Misfit Gassers will be there, along with Pro Foot Brake Junior Dragsters. Gates open at 12 p.m. Time trial start at 2. 2105 Highway 11, Woodstock, Alabama. There's the zip code. If you've got any information, if you want any information, or you need any more information on this, give Chester Taylor a call right there. Hold on a minute. Did I do that wrong? Oh, yeah, that's right. Give Chester Taylor a call and talk to him about that. I'm seeing double here. I don't know if there's something. I got a wet fingerprint on my glasses, so it kind of screwed me up there for a second. But check that out. Thanks. Thanks, Chester. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. Let me drop in here real quick. I see JD sitting here in the ballroom. What's going on, big guy?
Not much. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Are you cool?
Finally, yes, we are.
Oh man, that's got to be awesome.
It is.
You had air conditioning issues for what, a month?
Yeah, about a month and a half now.
Oh. Hey, and it could have been worse. Your well could have gone out too.
And
wait a minute, it did.
It did.
Oh man, I'm telling you, you've had some of our luck lately.
Yeah, but everything's working out all right now. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. We had a little bit of a low flow issue with the well, but come to find out, it was just the after they put the new well in, It
Yep.
stirs everything up in the well,
Right.
so it pumps a lot of sediment through. So it clogged up our filter in the house. So replace that. We've got good flow now.
No, that's good. That's good. What else going on? How's everything with Sure Media Productions?
Things are going real good. Of course, with the lack of AC and the lack of water, it made things a little bit difficult to get through. But
Yeah.
I'm finally got to the point now to where with the AC, I can get back and get caught up on the workload that I had went out and shot, but not had a chance to finish editing and posting. So
Well, that's
I'm
cool.
hoping
Tonight,
within. Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm hoping within the next by the middle of next week, I'll be all caught up with all the events, and there's 3 of them this week. That this weekend we're gonna try to hit if the weather cooperates, because the same thing that you guys have down there, we're getting up here. We had a heat index of 107 today,
Oh, okay.
and
It was warmer than that in the shop.
yeah, I'm sure. And they're saying that DC tomorrow could be at over 115.
Yeah, but it could be 85 in DC, and they're going to complain about it there.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to people be falling out dead on the street and everything if it's going to be 115 tomorrow. And I put a post up today, and I actually got some derogatory comments. I was just asking the question: is with all this hot weather, when was Biden going to start handing out stimulus checks again? Evidently, there were some people who didn't like that little comment.
Oh man!
So hey man, I was just thinking they do it for everything else. Let's see, where are you going to be this weekend?
If the weather holds out tomorrow, there's the DC Ferrari dealership. They're holding their Cars and Coffee. I want to try to hit that up to try to diversify the client list a little bit.
Okay.
And
Ferraris are good clients, yeah.
Yes. And then back over in Boonesboro, Maryland, they've got another car show. Both of these events are kind of overlapping. They both go from 9 or 10 to 3. So depending on the amount of cars that are at each event, I can normally get through and I can hit both of them up in one day.
Okay.
And then there's another Cars and Coffee on Sunday. I want to try to do that one there again if the weather holds up, because we haven't had much rain in the area here lately, but the heat that we had today, had some good storms come through here. So
we're just getting thunder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no rain, just thunder. Hot and thunder. My dad used to call that heat thunder.
Yeah, exactly.
Heat thunder. I tell my wife that, she looks at me like, heat thunder? What the hell are you talking about? Hey, look, tonight I've got the show broadcasting for the first time on Twitch.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
We're live on Twitch right now, and I don't know anything about Twitch. I know you had mentioned that to me and talked about it. So I've got it going live on Twitch. I sent Lynn a link, the Twitch link, and she said that everything was good on there. Now, I'm not sure. Did you see the link tree link that I sent you?
I actually saw it on my feed.
Okay.
On Chester's page.
Okay. Whenever we have times, because I still have that Willow one up too, but the thing about those is I don't understand those. Now, I know that is bio link feeds or something like that is what it's called. I'm not sure how that works. I've been trying to read up on it and figure it out, and it's like reading Chinese.
In a nutshell, the easiest way to look at both of those, and there's a couple different other platforms besides those two.
Right.
Linktree is probably one of the most popular ones out there, but it's just a landing page that everybody can go to where they can get all your contact information and it's streamlined. It's really nice and kind of lightweight. You don't have to bobble through stuff like on a regular web page or whatever.
Right.
It's just a list of links, and people that go there, wherever, whatever platforms you're on, they can get to you just from going to that one page.
Okay.
You can make a like I had shown you on my media card,
Right.
Which I take to every show.
Right.
It's got a QR code on the bottom of it,
And
which
I've got
actually
that
goes.
now.
Yeah, it actually goes to my Willow page,
Right.
and people have all my contact information.
I didn't realize this, but I do all my bookkeeping through Square.
Yep.
Square makes everything makes all of the QR codes that you want.
Really?
It's part of their program.
Uh-huh.
So what I'm doing is, for all the stuff that I have in the trailer that when we're at events I'll sell in the trailer,
Mhm.
I'm building a master QR code with all those different products.
Mhm.
So I'll have one QR code that can be scanned by somebody's cell phone, and then what that will do is allow them to pull up everything that I have in the trailer for sale.
Good.
So I was saying, it was funny because as hard of a time as I have sitting down and figuring all this stuff out, that was easier than a walkthrough. I mean, it was just when I started doing things, it started add this, add this, add this. And I'm like, yes, yeah, just started going, yes, yeah. So
no,
it
exactly.
was real cool. And now that Killer Wax has gotten their website back up, that's something that we'll start talking more about that. Art Smith has been getting that whole website built back up. That's also products that I carry in the trailer, so I start linking all that. So I'm trying to. You've been begrudgingly bringing me into the 2023, and as much as I've been kicking and screaming, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly.
No, and that's all it takes. It's just steps in whatever it is that you need to use for your operation that works best for you. You use it, and there's a lot of stuff out there that just won't work for your business model.
Right.
There's stuff that doesn't work for mine.
Let me tell you one of the things I realized on the QR code with the Square is when I started putting like Amylase 2050 oil and Amylase transmission fluid and all carburetor filters and all this stuff. When I started laying all this stuff in there on that master QR page, what people can actually do is, because since it's running through that, this will be an app that everybody can scan on my phone, or I'll do like you make a little badge where people can just scan. It has everything that's in the trailer, and they can actually, if they're looking at it on their phone, they can actually buy it right then.
Mm-hmm.
On their phone, and then it'll tell me that, okay, this person just bought 5 of these, 3 of these, and 1 of these, and they can walk up and I can process. I can just hand them. Here you go. Here's your stuff.
Yeah. Or if you hang a banner out at the tracks,
right,
put the QR code right on your banner.
Right, and that's one of the. But it was sitting down, just bumbling my way through this, and the more I bumbled, the more stuff I had on there, and then I was like, holy crap, this is done.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. I like how it worked, but it was something that I wasn't expecting, didn't know it was there. I actually clicked the wrong button, and when I did that, it popped up. So I was like, okay, what is this? I started reading it. It said, would you like to add? And it pulled a drop-down menu of things that I already had in the bookkeeping system. And I was like, yes. So I clicked it and boom, and clicked another one, and boom, and then it asked me if I wanted to view that. I clicked that. It had me a list of these 6 things that I had just picked. I was like, this is cool. And then it said, would you like to create a QR code? And I was like, yes. Exactly. So it was just one of those things that just kind of worked out, and it worked. It was one of those things that worked out at exactly the time I needed it to.
No, exactly. Now,
all right, brother. Well,
keep track of your inventory as well.
Excuse me.
So will the Square software keep track of your inventory so you don't oversell?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's neat.
Yeah, I could set up liters in there. I that's how I set up my racing fuel. The methanol that I have it in the shop by the drum and by the gallon. So
Right.
I've started doing, the reason I started doing that is because a month ago, 3 weeks ago, guy called, 10 people called in 2-day, 3-day period. Do you have meth? I need 5 gallons of methanol. Do you have 2 gallons of methanol? Yes, I've got it. Well, one couple of people show up one day and they get a couple of gallons, and a couple of other people show up another day. Well, a guy who called me Monday showed up on Thursday and said, I need 10 gallons of methanol. I was like, dude, man, I've sold 80 gallons and I don't know. Let's see if I've got it. Well, I talked to you Monday and you said you had it. I said, yeah, I did. Monday.
Right.
It's Thursday now, and I was waiting on more methanol. I got methanol in the next day, but I was waiting on it right then. And he wanted, so with this, what I've done is now when somebody can just go on to my Vampire Chassis and Products page, and that's what I want them to do now is to go ahead, go online, buy 5 gallons. That way, that 5 gallons is sold and is sitting here waiting for them.
Yep.
I'll never have that problem again about somebody calling on Monday, showing up on Saturday, go, oh, you don't have any? You told me you did when I called 6 days ago.
Right.
So it's just one of those things that I'm working on, and that's how I discovered all that with the QR code and everything in the Square program. So yeah, it's really cool, and I love Square. Now, another thing that we have both set up, and you've helped me with getting the tip jar aspect set up on Linktree and Willow.
Yes.
I've got that up there. I've got the link up there, but I'm if somebody wants to
put a tip in the jar,
right? They just click that.
Yes.
And I've got it set up where if they just want to put $1 in it, they can, and I think any amount that they want to.
Right.
And the great thing about that is I had somebody that I was talking to that, and he goes, man, he said, so if I call into your show and get you to do, I'm going to be at this location Saturday from 10 to 5, and I'm going to have my food truck there, and I can do a little ad with you and talk. I said, hell, I'll talk about it on your show. He goes, well, how much that gonna cost me? I said, just put something in the tip jar. He said, that's what I can do that with? I said, absolutely. He said, that's cool as shit. So hopefully we'll see what it happens. But the only thing, and what I haven't figured out yet, is how to interact that like right now on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I know, because that's in the Willow and the link. So it's just getting all this stuff to work together. That's where you come in, my brother.
That's right. Now for the StreamYard and the Linktree, I'll have to figure out how you can do that live, like on Twitch.
Right.
A lot of people that do gamers, DJs, people that actually have shows like this,
right,
that broadcast on Twitch, and they also allow it on YouTube as well, to where there's a way to, and it will actually show when somebody makes a donation.
Right. So it's all stuff that we're going to figure out and work through, and we'll get it worked out. But it's just one of those things. It's kind of cool. I'm looking for it's getting a little. Well, I say it's getting a little warmer or a little cooler now. I think it was 74 or 73 this morning for a couple of hours. But it's been like that the last few mornings. So hopefully it'll start cooling down a little bit here over the next month, because I really want to start making a push in October, September, October, November, December, maybe a little bit in the second part of August, because there's a lot of stuff coming up in those times that I just don't. I'm having a hard enough time dealing with the heat the way it is. I don't like the heat trying to do events. It's just, You know, it's hard to be bubbly and personable like I am most of the time when I'm sweating my butt off and ready to, and somebody walks up to me and goes, "Hey!" I'm just like,
yeah.
you know, crime is higher when it's hot than when it's cold.
Yeah.
And I understand why almost every day. So
yeah, exactly.
yeah. All right, brother, we're going to get out of here. I will talk to you. Get settled down. Get your stuff all caught up. Let me know when you've got a little time for us to sit down and talk again. And we'll definitely, I'll be working on this stuff, trying to learn some more. You take care of everybody down there on your end, and y'all get some cool, well-deserved rest.
Oh, it's nice in here right now.
That's good. And I just hope it stays like that.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed as well.
I'm telling you, dude, have you grabbed the guy, the AC guy by the neck yet and said, I don't want to see you again?
Yeah, not even on Christmas.
All right, brother. I appreciate it. It's great talking to you.
Good talking to you.
And check out if you've got any marketing, if advertising, media stuff that you need to, please check out JD at Sherv Media Productions. You can reach it like his hat says, shervmp.biz. Sherv is a strategic partner of the Edge Radio US and Whiskey Cars and Cigars. So please, we all work together. Check out the work that he does. And hey, I've got a few more minutes. And instead of just talking about the work he does, I got a little something we'll roll real quick before we roll the show out. So I'm going to let you go, JD, but I'm just going to get this up and running before you go. It's pretty cool. Check this out.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool, man. I really like that.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Good night. Thank you for tuning in. Now we're going to go with the outro made by Sherv Media Production. Good night, everybody.
Good night.